evening, truck and tractor pool fans. Hi, everybody. I got a full house here tonight almost. We got Nicole Morrison. We got Duante Beast. Kendra's with us. And we're hoping you'll come on in here and join in with us. And any questions, by all means, don't be afraid to get in the comment section over there. Chat, whatever you want to say. Live chat. Bring it to us. Capital letters. We'll answer what we can, or et cetera, et cetera. We've already got 3 or 4 comments in there, which I'll get to sharing once we get these guys and gals here loose with results and stuff. Three events that I'm aware of took place this weekend. We had Delta on Friday night with Duane and Nicole Morrison are going to take care of results wise. Kendra will be next up with the Shippensburg results, and then we're going to go back to Duante Beast for a full rundown from Buck Motorsports Park. So, with that said, I'm just going to sit back and shut my big mouth and let everybody have fun. But anyway, and we'll get through these results, and we do have some upcoming events. We'll go over Fawn Grove, Pennsylvania, and the biggie at Lebanon, Beast of the East. And as you can see behind Duane, Beast of the East, he is one of the main characters of the Beast of the East promoters, and he's got some stuff he wants to talk about. I'm sure Kendra will find something to talk about as well. So, how are you, Kendra?
I do have the interstate schedule pulled up.
I know you've had a rough week, Kendra, and our hearts and prayers are with you all there.
Yep.
So,
yeah, same here.
Yep, lost a very dear friend and coworker / boss this past weekend. So we're getting through it. Tomorrow and Friday are her services. So
it's going to be tough.
We have some stuff planned with coworkers, so hopefully that'll be healing. And I get to go pulling on Saturday. So
yes,
there's the bright spot.
Beautiful weather. Beautiful weather
Yep.
coming. It's going to be a beautiful day Saturday. If Mother Nature screws that up, I'm going to be very upset. But anyway.
Better not. I already posted the sunshine post this morning.
Yeah, you should have never did
done
that,
it, Duane. You shouldn't have done
That's what Boonesboro did, and look where it got us.
Yeah.
Oh, no, don't jinx me.
Yeah. We were 5 minutes from green flag at Boonesboro.
I'm going to stay optimistic.
Anyway. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, Nicole, if you and Duane want to go ahead and take off with Delta, and whoever wants to start first.
He can go ahead.
All right, I'll do Pull Off Productions was at Delta on Friday night, and I'm going to start with the King of the Farm class.
Good evening, April.
The first,
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt you. I'm just saying hi to people. Now I'm interrupting you.
Remember when he said he was going to keep his mouth shut?
Watch this. See me work. See me
He's
work.
trying to keep it interesting.
Yeah, now he can sit over there and talk all he wants.
All right. At Delta, the King of the Farm class, in first place was Brad Kiefer with a John Deere 4055 with a 288.15. In second place was Brad Kiefer again with a John Deere 4255 with a 286.46. In third place was Josh Brewer in an International 1066 with a 283.78. In fourth place was Chad Hart with a John Deere. He had a 283.12. In fifth place was John Henrik, which I'm not sure what he was driving. He had a 280.91. In sixth place was Justin Wisser on a tractor called White Stallion, an International 1066 with a 280.34. In seventh place was Samuel Angst with a 260.78. And in eighth place was Jonathan Mass from Ole with a 239.39. There was 8 tractors in that class. That rounds out the King of the Farm class. The next class was Pro Street Gas. In first place, Adam Tice with a Ford F350 with a 310.86. In second place was Jeremiah Fake from Myerstown in a Chevy with a 302.82. In third place was Ben Smeltzer, Ford F250 with a 299.58. In fourth place was Brent Shuey, The Ford, he had a 288.43. And fifth place was Donald Eshelman from Peckway in a Ford F-350 at a 283.17. In sixth place was Lawrence or Larry Waldridge. In the GMC K2500, he had a 269.58. In seventh place was Fred Logans Jr. In Sunshine, he had a 262.90. In eighth place was Freddie Logan Sr. with Black Lightning. He had a 240.52. And in ninth place was Steve Zeckman with a 215.55.
Timeout.
Nicole, you want to do one?
Freddie Loggins. Just so
Oh,
you
Freddie
know.
Logans. Freddie
Loggins.
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 Loggins. Okay.
Okay. I'm shutting up now.
Should I keep going till I'm done, Nicole, or do you want to chip in the middle?
It
Should I
doesn't
finish
matter.
it out? All right, I'll finish. I'll keep flipping through them here. The next class up in the list that I have here was Hot Farm. In first place was Jeremy DeLuca with the Sunset Smoker case. He had a 311 and 2.02. In second place was Nick Morrison with Toxic. He had a 308 and 93. In third place was Brian Morrison with the Shed Shaker. He had a 297.60. In fifth place was Doug Heyman with Bull's Binder. He had a 297.46. In fifth place was Alan Lynch driving Betting on Green. He had a 295.02. In sixth place was David Daughtry with driving Buzzard Bait. He had a 293.89. In seventh place was Paul Richardson driving Venomous. He had a 285.85. Eighth place was Ben Dixon on a Problem Child. He had a 273.71. And in ninth place was Ryan Dengler on an International. He had a 269.11. That rounds out the Hot Farm. Next up was Wild Street. Wild Street in first place was Clyde Weaver in a Ford. He had a 309.59. In second place was Jansen Rohr in a Dodge. He had a 308.09. Third place, Nick Kinnaman, Dodge, with a 300.52. Fourth place was Josh Darnall, driving a Ford F-350. He had a 285.28. In fifth place was Joe Warner, driving a Ford F-350 at a 256.97. In sixth place was Justin Hartman with a truck he calls Grounds for Divorce. He had a 253.17. In seventh place was Seth Hinks, driving a Dodge. He had a 251.94. Eighth place, Dylan Nelson, driving a Chevy, had a 240.14. And ninth place, Eric McMichael in a GMC had a 238.12. In 10th place was Drake Alderman driving a Dodge. He had a 108.24. And there was an exhibition run by Dominic Liberar. I'm not going to mess it up.
Liberty.
Sorry, Dominic, with a 271.27.
He's a local fellow here in town.
Yep.
Young fellow.
All right.
Well, I think he's actually starting to get pretty old now. Maybe we can start picking him up. I'm just kidding.
All right. And the fifth class that I have here was the Altered Farm class. Altered Farm. In first place was Jacob Moats in an International, driving an International. He had a 270.99. In second place was Gary Warner with a 266.24. In third place was Zach Ekman, driving a John Deere, had a 261.68. Fourth place was Wes Zimmerman with a 261.49. In fifth place was Ian Tassinari with a 261.35. That was 3 261 footages. And in sixth place was Anthony Zimmerman with a 247.85. And that rounds out what I have. That's all I have for pull-off production classes at Delta. So I'll pass it over to Nicole, I guess.
Maybe.
Maybe JR left his post and fell asleep. Now I'm the poster
Right here.
child.
I'm right here. I'm just aggravating you. I forgot I'd just leave you up there. So. Okay, Nicole. You may.
Nicole needs some fame too.
Tom Travis. I'm trying to. I'm sorry, real quick. And the internationals do pretty good. Or who homemade John Deere dealers in that class? They both do well. All colors do well. In fact, the what are they called? Hot Farm, Hot Stock,
Yeah,
whatever.
Hot Farm.
Was a Case Tractor took the win. So, and a very good run at Case Tractor.
Yes.
Okay, Nicole, carry us through the local classes from Delta.
I have the farm stock class from Delta. First was John Mackey on his 1066, 293.04.
Ooh, Mackie.
Second was Justin Walls with his 1466, 252.79. Third was Stephanie Dixon on the Oliver 2255, 246.44. Fourth, we had Kyle Johnson on the 1466, 235.96. And then we had Chad Hartpool at John Deere 4250. He went 311.57, but he was not technically supposed to be in that class, so we let him slide. But
Expedition.
yeah, he was in one of the pull-offs before.
Okay. Is that all we have for local classes?
Yeah, the semis I don't have.
Okay. Semis we don't have. Okay.
Mhm.
Anyway.
Do you know what your numbers were for semis? Did you have a decent turnout or a couple or?
I think we had 4 or 5 in the work stock semis, and the super street we had probably about 5 or 6. But super streets, we only had 2 that actually pulled, and we let them kind of do an exhibition run due to an issue prior to them pulling.
Extenuating circumstances.
Yeah.
There you go.
I would ask, do tell, but this is not the place for that, probably. So I kind of have an idea. I'll leave it at that.
Anyway,
But I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know the rest of the story. So
that's awesome having a decent turnout. Yep.
absolutely. Were there
Semis
actual
seem to
super
be-
street semis there?
No,
Like a Dave Greek, like a
Dave Greek did not show up due to some other ones that were coming. None of the ones that are usually here showed up.
okay.
Patrick Bai was here. Last name McCall.
Nelson McCall.
Nelson McCall.
One more that has been down here before, but other than that, it was another.
So there were no like limited pro stock semis there, like Dave Greek's Blue Truck and Hank or.
Nope.
Okay. That's what I was curious of.
Nope.
Well, doggone it.
We're
Awesome.
hoping
Thank
to
you.
come down to Fallen Grove. That's what we're hoping.
We'll have to work on that.
Mhm.
Have to work on that. Okay, so all right, that took care of Delta. Sound like it was a pretty good pool for everybody. Kendra,
Yes.
you're next.
Shippensburg. I was not at Shippensburg, but everything I heard was positive. Looks like there was a very good turnout of all of their vehicles there. And from what I heard, their drags went over pretty well. Decent turnout, not the biggest they've ever had, not the smallest they've ever had. So that's what you want to hear. The hills were full. If anybody's ever been to Shippensburg, you know that the track is down in between 2 big hills. And sounds like everybody was excited to get out to the first pool of the year. So we'll get started with results. First class we're going to go over is the 7,700-pound light limited turbos. They had 7 tractors on hand. The first place winner was Mr. Cody Anderson with his International 1066 going 320.9. Second place went to Ben Flaherty Jr. with Smokin' Red at 318.35. Third place went to Ricky Tabner with the Red Tornado going 311.3. Fourth place went to Jason Weichel with Unleashed going 301.4. Fifth went to Sue Johnson with the Iron Maiden going 297.85. Sixth place went to Macy Kiskaden with the Smoke Show going 291.05. And rounding out the class was Kevin Grubb going 252.35. Next class we'll go over is going to be the 7,800-pound modifieds, 12 tractors on hand, which is an awesome turnout for them. First place went to Dale Forrester driving Don Haley's Track Fever, taking a monster pass of 339.85 feet. Second place was only 0.1 behind him was Rick Wolf with the One Too Many going 339.75. Third place was Ryan Harnett with the Agitator going 331.35. Fourth place was Jason Michael with Untamed at 321.2. Fifth place was Andy Forrester driving the Nonsense of Don Haley going 316.40. Sixth place went to Rick Blizzard with the Barely Affordable at 313.55. Seventh went to Kevin Stauffer with the Rough and Ready at 311.45. Eighth place went to Nelson Egoff with the Tinker Toy at 310.2. Ninth place was Kirsty Robinson with the Phony 2 at 294.60. 10th place went to Brittany Carroll doing the driving of Unaffordable at 293.30. 11th place went to Dale Forrester doing the driving of Unstable for Ian Ericker. We'll find out here in a minute when Dwayne goes over the results from the buck. Going 288.05. And rounding out the class was Tom Kennedy with the Old Reliable going 264.25. Final class for Shippensburg was the 4,500 small block truck class. Taking the win was Denny Stoner with Making Tracks at 303.80. Second place was Tyler Shives with the Bootlegger going 301.75. Third place, Austin Stoner with the Analyze This going 300.75. Fourth was Denny Shives with Alcohol Abuse at 299.65. Fifth place, Chris Utzi with the One Bad Bow Tie going 299.6. Sixth place was Sam Hassler with the Junkyard Dog going 293.35. Seventh place, Derek Dice with the Mopar Magic 2 going 292 feet even. Eighth place, Jared Stoner with the Silverback going 287 feet. Ninth place, Travis Utzi with the Stomper going 286.95. And unfortunately, Ryan Varner was a hook broke with the Mountain Maniac. And that is all I have for Shippensburg.
That's it already.
That's it. Just 3.
Oh, man.
Get them done.
All right, I'll have to take a deep breath here. I was at the Buck on Saturday night, and it was co-sanctioned between Pull Off Productions and Interstate. And so I was finished flagging on the pit side track.
You what?
Finished flagged on the pit side track, and the first class up was the open modifieds, and everything seemed fine and all right until the last tractor came in there and almost blew my doors off. I don't think
I noticed you didn't backpedal very quick, you know.
I was backpedaling at the 150 foot mark, and I still so as I read these results here, the first two, I'll kind of show you why. So in first place was Tom Owens with the Ramblin' Rose out of New York with 3 Hemis, and he got a 369.46. In second place,
shut her down.
Yes, he shut her down because he got past me. Second place was Jason McKenzie, driving Never Satisfied with 3 Hemis, and he had a 283.94. So we were getting close to a 90 foot offset.
On.
Oh, was it? Sorry, my bad.
He just had
with 2 Hemis. That was my bad. I was trying to remember exactly what everybody had on because it was.
I got your back, Jason. Don't worry.
It was a good class. In third place was Ian Ericker with Locked and Loaded. He had a 286.89. In fourth place was Courtney Robinson driving Phony Business with a 258.68. In fifth place was Tim Robinson driving Pony Express. And I think if I recall correctly, Pony Express had 3 Chevys on it, but only 2 were functioning. There was a problem with
it. Didn't sound good. Yeah, it's phony.
Phony Express.
Oh, okay. It was misspelled. I'm sorry. Phony Express. and he had a 2:29.75. And Bob Wittenbrader from North Eastern PA had a driving live wire P38 with twin Allisons, had an issue with spool up and didn't make it down the track. So there's no footage for him. It was a good attempt, but just a couple tries and it just didn't go. On Charlie's track on the announcer stand side, the first class up was the Interstate Mod Turbo. In first place was Guy Gokenauer in stress tests with a 340.83. In second place was Vern Zerby on Dr. LZ with a 339.95. In third place was Steve Beckley driving Up in Smoke, had a 333.20. In fourth place was Vern Zerby with Z Unit with a 329.42. In fifth place was Scott Kiskadden driving Bleeding Blue with a 328.87. In sixth place was Nick Morrison driving the Outcast with a 321.97. In seventh place was Ray Belak on Raging Red with a 321.60. In eighth place was Eddie Ocker driving Bull Ride with a 317.88. In ninth place was Jason Yankee Malott with double OZ with a 312.55. In 10th place was Jason Latour on a tractor called Addicted with a 301.22. In 11th place was Corey Eberhardt driving Gold Edition with a 300.67. In 12th place was Kenny Rippion Jr. driving Green Machine. He had a 300.62. In 13th place was Aaron Eberhardt with an international called Hammer Down with a 148.58. And in 14th place, last but not least, was Corey Forrester with Papa Smurf, and he had a 9.40, and he had a catastrophic turbo failure on the start line, and luckily, according to Facebook, everything was contained.
Yeah, he has a couple really good videos up on the Forester Pulling Team page, going through everything that happened and all the good stuff.
Yep. So if the Foresters Pulling Team page. All right.
What was Corey measured at?
9.40.
Okay.
He was up on the RPMs, and I think he had just started releasing the clutch when it popped, and then it shut down right away. All right, the second class on the pit side that I flagged that evening was the modified two-wheel drive trucks, and there was 9 in attendance. In first place was Irv Clark with Taz Toy. He had a 322.39. In second place was Darren Wilson with Dirty Money, had a 318.07. In third place was, Crystal Wilson with a 312.91. In fourth place was JD Bowker driving Rolling Thunder. He had a 310.77. In fifth place was Lisa Bowker. Is it Booker? JR, correct me again. I messed it. He has
no, Bowker.
Bowker, okay. Lisa Bowker in fifth place with a 310.01. In sixth place was Bob Wittenbraden driving Bear Express. He had a 306.08.
That Bob Wittenbrader's the same one that had the P38 twin Allison.
Yes. So it was kind of disappointing on his first run trying to get started with the Allisons, and it didn't work. And then he came out and had a really nice run with Bear Express. In seventh place was Steve Wilson driving Running Bear. He had a 305.76. In eighth place was Robbie Campbell driving Reckless Horses. He had a 298.58. And in ninth place was Irv Clark driving the Wild Side with a 290.87. So that was a a good showing for the two-wheel drives. Then going into the second class on the announcer stand side was the Pro Stock Super Stock class, and there was 6 in attendance. In first place was Chris Hoyt driving Nutcase. We had a 343.89. In second place, again, was Chris Hoyt with Stress Case with a 235.81. In third place was Russell Hildebrand driving Loose Cannon. He had a 325.51. In fourth place was Josh Martin driving That Darn Deer with a 278.95. In fifth place was Kevin Windsor on the 6-shooter with a 257.74. In sixth place was Darren Olden driving a tractor called Kryptonite, and he had a 91.29. And Darren Olden had a problem getting the thing spooled or fully wound up and didn't have a good run. And I'm trying to remember. I think that he tried to shut down before the 100-foot mark and didn't get it done.
Well, the engine ate some pistons, so it wasn't going to go too fast. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that thing sounded flat nasty when it all
Darren
quit.
did it to himself. We were standing there at the finish line during the mod turbo class, and he says, I've pulled this thing 4 times and haven't had to work on it. And Kryptonite said, hold my beer and watch this.
That's not good. Nobody likes destroyed tractors. It's just an expensive problem. All right. The final class on the pit side that I flagged was the Light Limited Pro. In first place was Matt Smith driving Faster Forward. He had a 311.71. In second place was Mike Weekland with a John Deere called Just Hooking Up with a 309.70. In third place was Shane Scott driving Black and Blue with a 305.92. In fourth place was Mark Smith with Faster Yet with a 301.89. 301.89. In fifth place was Kevin Utt on Rolling Thunder with a 291.06. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, I don't have numbers on here. In sixth place was Cody Utt, his son, driving the Storm with a 281.86. In seventh place was Eli Zimmerman driving Red Fever with a 278.75. In eighth place was Heath Wright driving Dirt Digger with a 274.87. And in ninth place was Chris Comaroni from New York with a 274.06. And Chris was the first tractor up and had an awesome run. He was way out there, and he decided to drop his hook and come back last, and it didn't work. So
I think he would have ended up third if he wouldn't have dropped.
I wasn't sure where he would have.
Kicking yourself, man.
Yeah. So
we got the world's greatest Bigfooter in chat, man. David Blaylock. Brother Blaylock is in the house tonight, man. Where are you at, Yarrington? Where are you at, Jeff? Come on. You said you were going to be in here. Get on him, Blaylock, if you see him anywhere. He's probably over on Mary's show tonight. I'm sorry, Dwayne. Go ahead.
All right, and the last class on the announcer stand side, which was the sixth class of the, which would have been the fifth class of the evening, but the last class was the Super Stock Diesel 4x4. And in first place was John Manns driving the Crazy X with a 300.37. In second place, almost first place, was Norm Newswanger driving Chapter 11 with a 397.86.
We let him have it because he brought the pickle pinata along.
Yeah, that was in attendance at the pool that evening. In third place was Tommy Hassler driving Twisted Addiction with a 280.62. And in fourth place was Kervin Zimmerman driving the Outlaw with a 280.25. And Kervin was first Kervin was Kervin was a test hook and decided to drop his hook because of a bounce and come back at the end, and at about the 175 mark, he broke a fuel line and finished it out on 5 cylinders. So yeah, it was we didn't have any fire, so it was a good evening. So that rounds out the 6 classes at Buck Motorsports. Anyway,
Wow.
back to you, JR.
Busy weekend. I appreciate everybody taking care of all that. That was awesome. A lot of pulling going on.
Yes, sir.
And we got more coming up this weekend. Duane, while you're hot,
Well, I'm hot. Keep going.
we might as well go ahead and discuss something to do with I believe a little pool in Lebanon, Pennsylvania coming up here this Saturday.
Well, I'll put a shout out to myself. If you guys have never been at Beast of the East,
Oh my gosh,
Nobody will talk about you like yourself.
yeah,
that was a good one. I like that.
I said that wrong. I trying to hype myself up. If you've never been at Beast of the East, come on out and see it, because it's a one of a kind show. And coming this Saturday. No, never would have guessed. Y'all have been there, I think, except Nicole, possibly.
Mm-mm.
That's all right. And Nicole, you're welcome to show up and see our show if you have at the time. This Saturday, starting at 7 p.m., our pit gates are going to be open at 2 p.m. Spectator gates open at 5. Our pools start at 7. The admission is $15, ages 10 and up, $5 for ages 5 through 9, and ages 4 and younger are free. We run 2 sleds, 2 tracks side by side. Our first classes for this weekend is going to be Wild Street Diesel on the pit side and street semis on the announcer stand side, because for 2 reasons. The street semis are going to be have a class at Kempton, so we want to get the street semis through so they can go to Kempton and pool last class there. And Wild Street Semi is going to be first on our pit side, because we are partnering with, I shouldn't say we are partnering, there's an organization or a group of guys that are bringing having a show in town, and they're partnering with us for sled pulls. It's called the 717 Street Truck Showdown. And they are having I don't know if you want to call it kind of like a call out challenge, but a Triple Crown with dyno, which will be June the 14th. Dirt drags on Saturday morning, and sled pulls, which will be happening at Beast of the East on Saturday evening. And as of this afternoon, there was 22 guys signed up for it. And first place is going to be paying $1,000. So this is for the 717 Street Truck Showdown, which is joining our Wild Street class for their third leg of their showdown. Going back, so the rest of the classes, I'll do it per side. So first class on the pit side is Wild Street. Second class is 2.6. Third class is Street Gas. Fourth class will be Pro Street Gas. On the announcer stand side, we're going to have the Street Semis, 3.0 Limited Pro Stock Diesel, East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks, and last but not least, the 466 Hot Farm. And the reason we are having 466 Hot Farm last at our pool is because it was requested by some of the pullers. So if that comes back to bite me, that is the reason why it's set up the way it is. Rules and regulations, rules for our pool, if anybody wants to come and doesn't know. or wants to see the rule set is at beastoftheseastpools.com. It's listed on Facebook. And for anyone that wants to join East Coast for their 2 classes, their rules are at eastcoastpropooling.org under the rules tab. So that's what I got for Beast of the East coming this Saturday. Big show.
Big
And,
show.
If we already have 22 signed up under the 717 Street Showdown, I'm sure there's going to be plenty more that are quite a few more that are still showing up that are not joined in our normal Wild Street class. So it's probably going to be a fairly large Wild Street class this weekend.
Cool deal. Okay, we're ready.
Did I miss anything, JR?
Cameras? No, you did.
Besides trying to hype myself up.
Okay, that's what the show is for. Promote it,
What
baby.
we're here
Promote
to
it.
do.
Promote it.
Man, take a deep breath. All that talking in such a short amount of time.
Right. Kendra,
Right.
what do you have coming up, Kendra?
I have some interstate pulling coming up. Looks like this weekend, 2 different locations. The first will be in Jefferson County, Carneysville, West Virginia. Going to be running 2 interstate classes, which are the 4,500 small block trucks, the 8,500 Wild Street, 8,000 pound street diesel, 13.5 farm stock, 7,000 pound street gas trucks, as well as dirt drags. That pool starts at 6 p.m., $12 admission free, 12 and under are free. All the other interstate classes are headed out west to Deep Creek Lake to visit our good buddy Mark Miller out there. Show starts at 6 p.m. $10 will get you in the gate. Interstate classes will be 10,000 pound Pro Farm, 8,500 mod turbo, 7,700 light limiteds, 11,000 pound hot farms, 6,200 two-wheel drives, 7,800 modifieds, street diesel pickups, hot street semis. Huge pull out there for Mark Miller last year. Actually, I think this pool's been going on pre-COVID, and they have just been doing a phenomenal job out there. Mark and his crew do a great job out there. I'm not just saying that because he gives Keystone Nationals a lot of money. So
Yeah, they're good people. They do an awesome job with pulling.
Yeah, and make a weekend of it. You know, get yourself a boat and go out on the lake for a day on Sunday. Nice little family trip. Gonna keep going down the interstate schedule. Next Saturday, we are up at New Media for the East Coast. It's not East Coast.
NADM.
Yep, there you go. NADM, the big drag race. They have
National
drag racing on one side of the, what is it?
National Association of Diesel Motorsports.
Yeah. So they'll have big old show of drag racing on the asphalt, and then we'll be pulling on the dirt right next door. Show time starts at 1 p.m. $15 will get you in the gate. Going to be 3 interstate classes on hand. 8,500 mod turbos, 7,800 modifieds, and 6,200 two-wheel drives. I will do my level best to get more. I know there's a slew of diesel pickup truck classes out there. I'm sure they have a 3026, all the things out there. Then we go up into June 28th and 24th for New Centerville, Pennsylvania. That is a new location out there. I think we call it like the Firecracker 300. The 4,500 small blocks and 8,500 mod turbos will be on hand for interstate. I do know that the Full Pool Productions Super Pro class is also out there. The Run What You Brung diesel pickup trucks, and I can't remember what else. I did look it up. There is camping available for pullers and spectators. I believe it's $25 if you want to go out there and camp overnight. Have not been there, but everything I heard about it last year was excellent. So I'm sure it can only get better from there. This will be their second year doing that pool. So just out the turnpike out by Somerset.
Awesome.
That gets us through June.
That gets us through June. Do you want to go next, Nicole?
Nicole's muted.
You're muted. You guess. Anyway, we got bringing pulling back to Fawn Grove, man. Nicole is on it, and making it happen. Nicole, here's a flyer for you if you want to go ahead and talk about that. And then I will bring the next listing up of classes. If you
Okay.
want to go.
We did some changes to those truck classes. As you'll see when JR puts the next one up, it's free admission to get in. It's $15 a hook, $25 a hook if you want to do jackpot classes. We will have multiple jackpot classes. I think we have a total of 26 classes, I believe it is. We're going to try to bring it back to Fallen Grove like we used to have it. We have plenty of trucks coming, plenty of tractors coming. We got bigger tractors, bigger trucks coming this year. Hoping to have some good weather this year, not rained out like it did last year.
Okay. And again, that's Saturday, June 29th during the Fallen Grove Old Time Days. And I'm going to tell you what, that is a hoot. That is a wild time up there. Hit miss engines all throughout the park there. Food, a parade on Saturday, I do believe, right? It's the parade there down through a portion of the town extended, as I call it. But weigh-in will start at 12:30 p.m. Pools start at 3 p.m. there. Again, free admission and free parking. And she covered the hook fees and all that good stuff. And again, you can reach out to Nicole on Facebook. I don't know if you want me to give your phone number out here, but I mean, it's on the flyer.
Yeah, it's on the flyer. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's okay. I usually don't like to do that, but the flyer will be posted. I'm going to share it too. I don't like to give out phone numbers here, but you contact Nicole or Doug, and those phone numbers will be posted here soon. Kraus Sled Rental will be on hand to take care of the pulling activities. And let me go ahead and get in here and do the updated classes real quick. Real quick. See how real quick it is? Okay, there we go.
Nicole, are you sitting on the track?
Close to it, yeah.
I see the water truck over your shoulder.
Yeah.
I didn't observe that before.
Yeah.
I'm up and down.
Earlier. Yeah. There's the classes, Nicole, if you want to go ahead and I don't know if y'all can read them or not, but
No.
Yeah, are they that small on a cell phone? Okay.
No, I mean, I
Okay.
see them, but
What's that?
I said I can see them, but I'm not reading all them.
No. I know that. I wanted to make sure people could see what the classes are. And there's definitely plenty. And jackpots in all the classes this time.
Yep.
Usually it's just the antique, but you've got them in the semi trucks, farm stock tractors, truck classes, and that's awesome. Jackpot classes, man. Some money to be made.
Will be 50% paid out to the top three, with at least 4 of them in the class. If we have less than that, we'll pay out less, but we're going to be paying out every jackpot class that we have.
Okay, there you go.
Some pretty cool looking trophies.
Yes,
Nice.
yeah, I was gonna, ribbons and whatnot. Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. She showed me the pictures of some of those. It's something unique and different. I think it's pretty cool, and definitely pullers jump in at jackpot, make it worth your while. You know, you get some hooks on your vehicle and maybe bring home a little money.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, oh boy. Now I got the other part of the Bigfoot world's in here, Mr. Jeffrey Yarrington. You know Jeffrey Yarrington like I do. Oh boy.
I was going to say this Fawn Grove thing's a pretty good deal for spectators to get in the door for free.
Yep.
It's the whole thing, Dwayne. It's the whole thing, the whole show there. There's it's not just a truck and tractor pull. You get there early, of course, watch antique pulling and stuff. But there's, like I say, a lot of antiques and historical stuff there during this old time days, plus a parade. Yeah, it's a good time. It really is. I've managed to get to 1 or 2 parades, but normally I got to take off before the end of the parade to go pulling somewhere. Usually it's in Boonesboro, which is where we'll be that day, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
So, but it's a good time over there, and I highly recommend everybody get over there and support these local pullers, man. By all means, jackpot classes and all classes is awesome. I'm happy to see that. So there you go, local guys, get her done. That don't have to be local guys. Come one, come all, right? Come one, come all. So come have some fun in Fallen Grove, Pennsylvania.
Anyway,
we'll be getting those flyers posted too.
I have a question for you. I'm going to put you on the spot. You might not know this, but do you know the difference between your street semis and your what is it called?
The works stock semi.
The street semi and the modified or the super. Yeah,
Super streets.
between.
You can't even get the class right, Dwayne.
I'm sorry.
We're going to be running the same rules that we ran here Saturday night or Friday night here at Delta. I will have them all posted here very shortly.
That's cool. I'm just curious for personal reasons because those semis vary in horsepower between certain types of street semis, and that's something
that is kind of where the issue happened Friday here.
So that's fine. I'm not going to dig any further. It was just a thought that was in the back of my head. Can I
Yes,
put
you
out
can.
a thing on another poll? Kempton Power Pools is actually getting the semis after us on Saturday. On Friday night, Matt and I are taking the truck up for the 3.0 class. 3.0 class is $1,000 to win at Kempton Power Pools, which is a pretty good purse for 3.0, or a pretty good first place for 3.0. They're also having 2.6 super modified 2-wheel drive light limited pro and hot farm on Friday. Starts at 7 p.m. Then on Saturday, they have altered farm light limited pro super modified 2-wheel drives, king of the farm, and street legal semis with a $1,500 purse for the street legal semis. But I do want to say I would appreciate if everybody would come to Beast of the East, because I think you would have a lot more fun there. But
You heard it here first.
More fun at Beast of the East.
Now you hear the rest of the story. Wow, Dwayne, you're really on top of your throne tonight. That's good.
Oh, I have a lot of stuff to remember, and I'm just trying to give everybody a shout out that I can, because even though I have a lot going on this week with our big pool coming up, still a lot going on.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to dive into a little bit of East Coast upcoming events here real quick. We're at 48 minutes. I think we might make an hour, Kendra. How about that?
I think we got it.
I think we got it covered. Dwayne already covered June 15th for us at 6 p.m. In case you didn't hear it, it's Beast of the East in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. The pool to be at this weekend. So. Did I get that right?
I think you did. Thanks for the shout out.
That's what I heard.
I think it gets mentioned up there a couple of times, but it gets mentioned down here a little bit more.
Okay. Anyway, July, that's goodness gracious, I jumped into July. We missed June 29th. June 29th, when Nicole was having her big pool at Fall Grove, East Coast Pro Pulling will be back at the Washington County Ag Center in Boonesboro, Maryland. And same classes that we got rained down on, unfortunately, back May 25th. We got we have the modified tractors, the 6,200-pound modified 4x4 trucks, super stock, pro stock tractors, East Coast diesel 4-wheel drive trucks, ABC York hot farm tractors, and the limited pro stock semis. That's right.
Real quick, JR, I'll remind everybody that if you still have your tickets from when you came, whenever that was, in May,
25th.
that will get you into the June poll. So don't forget those.
Yes, absolutely. After that, let's see, we jump into July 13th. We'll all be at the Mason-Dixon Fair in Delta, Pennsylvania. Yes, all of us will be at Mason-Dixon Fair, Nicole. All of us.
Great.
Even Dwayne?
Dwayne, he might sneak down with us. He'll be down. I know he'll be down.
Why wouldn't he drive down with Irvin?
Possibly.
He'll be down. East Coast diesel 4-wheel drive trucks, the ABC York 466 hot farm tractors, and the limited pro stock semi trucks will be on hand 7 p.m. July 13th, and back to June 29th will be a 6 p.m. start time again for Boonesboro. July 19th, we roll into the Tuckahoe Steam and Gas Association in Easton, Maryland. and that's going to be a 7 p.m. start time. Modified tractors, modified 4x4 trucks, East Coast diesel 4-wheel drive trucks, the ABC York Hot Farm tractors, let's see, light pro tractors, and the limited pro stock semis. I want to finish this out through July. We got 10 minutes. So. July 24th, we're at the Lebanon Area Fair, 7:30 p.m. Lebanon, Pennsylvania. 4-wheel drive. That's modified 4-wheel drive trucks, super stock, pro stock tractors, ABC York Hot Farm tractors, East Coast diesel 4-wheel drive trucks, and the limited pro stock semis. And I keep forgetting that the Weimer turbo, what is it? Weimer injection and turbo. Kendra, you figured that out last time.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, it's a super stock, pro stock class sponsor. We apologize for that. 7:30 p.m. July 24th, Lebanon Area Fair. The next evening at 7:30, July 25th, is the rain date for that event. And July 26th, there's two hooks that date. First off, 7 p.m. at the Harford County Farm Fair in Bel Air, Maryland, will be the modified tractors, the ABC York 466 Hot Farm tractors, East Coast diesel 4-wheel drive trucks, and the limited pro stock semis. Also, Fishersville, Virginia has been added for the modified 4x4 trucks, pro stock 4x4 trucks, and the Weimer fuel injection and turbo. I think that's what it is. Something like that. I'm sorry. Weimer. I'm just going to say Weimer. Everybody knows who Weimer is. I'll get it right. Super stock, pro stock tractors. I don't have the start time with me. I apologize for that. But upcoming. July 27th, right back at Harford County Farm Fair, 7 p.m., Bel Air, Maryland. Modified tractors, ABC York Hot Farm tractors, East Coast diesel 4-wheel drive trucks, and the limited pro stock semis. And rounding out July 30th, 7 p.m., we're headed north to the mountains in Schuylkill County at Summit Station, Pennsylvania for the Schuylkill County Fair with the East Coast diesel 4-wheel drive trucks, ABC York Hot Farm tractors, modified 4-wheel drive trucks, and the limited pro stock semis. It's going to start heating up in July, and it's like bang, bang, bang every weekend until we finish her out. So
I got another one.
Coming. Big stuff coming. Yes, sir.
I got another one. Our friends up north, Snyder County.
Yes.
Coming on Saturday, June the 29th, Union County West End Fair Summer Shootout Truck and Tractor Pull. The start time is 6 p.m. Admission is $10, and it's in Laurelton, PA. You can find them on Snyder County's website, Snyder County Truck and Tractor Pullers.
Yes,
their classes are.
That's at the Union County or West End Fairgrounds.
Yes.
Union County West End Fairgrounds.
Their classes for the 29th are going to be enhanced farm tractors, hot stock, mod turbo / super farm, the light pro / 4.1 class, 2.6 pro street diesel, 3.0 limited pro diesel, and pro street gas trucks. And following that into July the 13th is the next pull at Sealands Grove. I think at 6:30 start time, July the 13th. And their classes will be enhanced farm, hot stock, mod turbo super farm, 2.6 pro street gas, and wild street. I don't know why my thing's acting stupid. Wild street. So there's 6 classes there on July the 13th. So those are the 2 that I have for Snyder County.
Yes, there's more to come on that too.
Yeah, there's some other pulls, fair pulls coming up after that.
Yes, absolutely, and we'll get into them as the time grows nearer. But absolutely, plenty of pulls to go to this weekend and upcoming. Websites, check your websites. Dwayne, you all have a website.
Yes, beastofthesepulls.com. Any
Kendra?
information? Kendra.
InterstatePullers.com.
InterstatePullers.com. Sorry, I'm looking for a video.
East Coast Pro Pulling.org. And Nicole don't have a website yet, but that's okay.
Yet.
I'm sure she'll be all over Facebook.
She'll be big time one day, folks.
It's all right. Everybody needs to be supported that's in pulling right now, because if we want to keep this sport going, it doesn't matter if you're East Coast or Fawn Grove. There's a lot of entertainment value there. It's nice places, have a lot of fun, and be part of your community.
Yes. Yeah, the small pools count too, believe me. The small places count, small venues count too. Again, I guarantee if you take the family to Fawn Grove, you won't be disappointed.
Nope.
There's something there for everybody in your family to do. So,
Well, when I first started out with promoting pools, I was helping Ray with Blue Ball, and it was the smallest little pool available. And I don't know if we even had any food vendors there. It was that small, but we appreciate everybody that came out. Oh, one time?
there was one time out by the street, along the street there.
There was somebody there.
I got some chicken fingers one time, and they were really good.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. The Shady Maple trailer, somebody showed up.
Might have been, yeah, but it
Yeah.
was really good. Wasn't cheap, but it was good.
Yeah.
If you're hungry, it don't matter. You got to eat.
Well, we appreciate everybody that came out and supported the events in our local community. That's for sure.
Yeah, I went up there a couple times. I had a good time. Got a little hot. Phew. It's hot up there. But
And a shout out for Nicole. Most people don't realize how much time and effort goes into organizing and promoting these types of events. So just being on the podcast tonight is a minute part of what we do to make all this happen. And for people to show up makes you feel good, because that way your work is not in vain.
Yeah, I need people to show up. That's for sure.
support it, please. That way we can make it happen again in the future, for sure. 57 minutes, Kendra. Take us out of here. Anything else?
No, I just want to reiterate, go out there and support your locals. Just 4 short years ago, we were all sitting on our couches wishing we could be out there doing something, anything. And, it even rolled into 2021 pulling season. So let us not forget all the crap we went through, all the money that all of our promoters lost that year. Get out there, support local. It's literally what you're doing when you're going to these events. You are supporting the small businesses, and take notice of all the sponsors on all the banners and in programs and all the names that are announced over the loudspeakers. They are what makes pulling great. And anytime you can, go out there and support local. We all know that everything is expensive in today's world. Everything. That does not stop for the business owners. So you might have to pay a little bit more than you want to, but you're going to pay a little bit more at Walmart too. So go out there and support your local sponsors, because Walmart's not sponsoring the polls this weekend, but all your local businesses are.
That is correct. That's a very good point, Kendra.
Yep.
Good. Yep.
Every now and again, I can come up with one.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to our sponsors too for chipping in and helping us out this year. And I'll probably mention them when we do our results sometime in the far future.
If you've got time and you got the list in front of you, you're welcome to do it now. If not, that's fine. Whatever you want to do.
You don't have the list in front of
I don't
me.
want to put you on the spot.
I don't have the list in front of me. We'll keep.
You can get them on his Facebook page, on the Beast of the East Facebook page. He does a good
I have
job.
a lot of them on there.
Yeah.
I try to give them all shout outs at least once a cycle, but
It's okay.
yeah, it's been
We'll
a
get them in
busy,
2 weeks. There won't be a show next week. It'll be 2 weeks. So
busy spring. Yeah, I'll keep cycling them through. People get tired of me just putting sponsors up, but
yeah,
they need no recognition because
we'll bring everybody up to date. So in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Even got part of the Bigfoot world in here. Excuse me, cryptid world. And good time. Appreciate it. Appreciate all three of you. Did all the work tonight. I got to sit back and relax and giggle at Duane.
It's getting better at his names.
You're becoming a pro.
Oh, that's all right.
We better
It's a
get
lo-
Nicole on the road. It's getting dark out there. She's gonna get haunted up on the hill.
That'd be all right.
So anyway, all right. Well, I won't drag it out any longer. We appreciate everybody being here. Again, no show next week, but we'll definitely be back in 2 weeks. Plenty of results to go over. Sounds like it's going to be a fantastic Saturday. Get out and support your local pools by all means.
Yes,
And
sir.
like, subscribe, share, hit that thumbs up button. Keeps Kendra happy. And
And we all know that's all we need in life is to keep.
the less you
happy.
hit the like button, the less waves you get. You don't. If you don't hit
Yeah.
the like button, you're not getting the waves. So, however that's done. She's going to demonstrate here in a couple minutes. So, because that's
There
how
you
much
go.
we're ready to go here. But anyway.
Because he needs somebody to distract everybody because he's not ready to end the
Yes,
air. yet.
oh, yes, I am. I've got the cursor on it, ready to go, lady. You're wrong.
We will definitely see everybody the next time.
Yep.
Kenton lead. They are first. Kenton leads. Already chewing on you, brother.
Yeah, Kenton lead. The semis will be first on the announcers stand side. The announcers side track.
Track. Yeah, they are first class, so they can pull, load up, or head up to Kempton. So, yep, problem solved, right? Okay. Hey, 2 weeks. We'll see you then. 8 p.m. Everybody. Nicole, I'm not sure she'll be here. She may come back and continue to promote her pool. If not, we'll just pass along the info for her. But definitely the rest of us will be back in 2 weeks. We'll see you. Thanks for joining us. See you in 2.